All right, so it's DJ Envy taking over Vlad TV. Now, this is the swap segment where I get to ask Vlad some questions.
Correct.
All right, Vlad, so you've been doing Vlad TV for how long now?
Since 2008.
Since 2008. Mm-hmm. So where do you see Vlad TV going in the next couple of years, and where do you want it to go?
We have a big deal in the works right now. I'm not going to say who it's with or what exactly it is, but in the coming months, there should be a big announcement about what the next level of Vlad TV is about to be.
Would that be television or their own network?
Could be a lot of stuff. I don't want to put it out there yet because the early part of the deal is in place, but the big deal hasn't been announced yet. So once that's announced, then best believe I'll come by the Breakfast Club again and talk all about it, and it's going to be a pretty big deal. I'll tell you off camera what it is.
Now you also recently talked about the most money you ever spent for an interview.
Yes.
What was that number?
I don't want to say, but it was, I'll put it like this. It was more than Marlon Wayans asked for. So put that number together.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was for the Tekashi 6ix9ine interview.
Tekashi 6ix9ine interview. All right. So was it $1 million?
No, it was not $1 million.
Okay. Just ask.
It's not $1 million.
That's the first thing.
No interview in the world is worth $1 million.
So when you talk about paying an artist for an interview, does it...
Not just artists, all sorts of people.
All sorts of people.
Artists,
when I mean artists,
professional players,
people that you do interviews with.
Sports players, gangsters, a lot of people.
Do you ever get nervous or feel like it's muddy in the waters, right? And the reason I ask is now when Vlad reaches out to somebody to do an interview, the first thing that they possibly think is, well, how much can I get for it? Opposed to before where it was like, yeah, I would love to come on your platform because I think we can have a great conversation. Do you ever feel like that would be a problem, especially when you talk about them? Like before, it was assumed that maybe Vlad paid somebody or maybe somebody else paid somebody to do an interview. But when you talk about it, it's like, does that muddy the water makes you feel nervous of getting artists?
No, because the majority of interviews we don't pay for. I'm not paying you for this interview. I didn't get paid when I did Breakfast Club. I mean, I get paid to do certain interviews on certain platforms, but most times I don't get paid. So at the end of the day, it's not always that, but we're in an area where for the first time in history, there are so many interview platforms. When you go back to 20 years ago, you had to either do radio or you do television, or that's it, right? There was no podcast. That wasn't a real thing. There wasn't all these media outlets and so forth. These days, think about, like, everyone we know has a podcast. Fat Joe and Jadakiss has a podcast. LeBron James has a podcast. Paul George has a podcast. Keke Palmer has a podcast. Like, all the actors, everyone has podcasts. Like, all the comedians I know have their own podcasts. So you're competing against all these people, and when it comes to someone who actually has a big following or has a really crazy story, they can pick who they want to go to. So for some people, they're going to go to the biggest platform. For some people, they're going to go with whoever's going to give them the biggest check. So with us, we don't mind cutting a check because 99% of the time, those interviews end up being profitable. Every so often, we'll lose money. Every so often, things will go a little bit left. But we've almost made back our money off the Tekashi interview, and we're only like a third of the way in. I'll probably double what I paid him at the end of the day. I was the only person to actually put that type of money out there. It's really no different than booking someone for a show. At the end of the day, look, we have relationships with artists. There's lots of artists that will do a show for us for free. But if you have a hot artist and you don't really have a close relationship, you're going to have to pay that person.
Absolutely.
And if that show makes money, everyone's happy.